Have you ever looked at a world leader or a celebrity and felt a sudden, inexplicable wave of revulsion? It's not just because of their politics, it's a primal instinct. It's called the Uncanny Valley, the biological warning system that tells your brain this thing looks human, but it is not. For years, we thought the secrets buried in the Epstein files were just about corruption. We thought the list was just a catalog of bad people doing bad things. But on February 6, 2026, the Department of Justice made a fatal mistake. They released the unredacted files. And for exactly 43 minutes before they were scrubbed from the internet, the world saw the truth. The names on that list weren't just clients, they were replacements. Today, we aren't talking about crimes. We are talking about the entities that walked out of that jail cell when the cameras were supposed to be off. Let's go back to the leak. The news cycle is screaming about clerical errors and privacy breaches, but I managed to download batch number 49 before the server crash. When you look at the unredacted pages, you don't find standard names. Next to the dates of the flights to the island, there are notations. Subject 402, integration complete. Subject 89, shell rejected. Subject 11, mimicry at 94%. Why would a billionaire trafficker keep medical logs about shells and integration? The mainstream media tells you these are code names for VIPs, but I spoke to a former data analyst who worked on the initial 2019 evidence seizure. Let's call him Thomas. Thomas told me that the hard drives found in the safe didn't just contain financial blackmail. They contained terabytes of biological data, DNA sequencing, and footage. Hours of footage of people sitting in rooms staring at walls, practicing how to smile, practicing how to blink. Now, let's look at the smoking gun. The Cell Tier Cam 2 video file released on January 30th. Most people watched the first 10 seconds and scrolled past, but you need to watch it frame by frame. At 03:14:22 a.m., the corridor is empty. At 03:14:23 a.m., the air in front of cell number 6 begins to distort. It looks like heat rising from asphalt. At 03:14:25 a.m., the distortion solidifies. A shadow manifests. Now look at the guards. There are 2 of them stationed at the desk, 20 feet away. In a normal situation, if a 6-foot shadow appeared in a high-security wing, alarms would ring. But look at the guard on the left. He's staring directly at the entity. His eyes are open, but he isn't moving. He isn't blinking. It's as if his consciousness has been paused. The entity approaches the bars. It doesn't have a face yet. It's just a silhouette of static. It doesn't unlock the door. It presses its hand against the steel bars. The steel doesn't bend. It ripples like water. The entity steps through the metal as if it were liquid mercury. And 5 minutes later, the cameras cut to black. When they come back on, the cell is technically occupied by a body. But was it the same body that was there an hour ago? Or was it a discarded shell? This brings us to the location, the island. Architects have analyzed the drone footage of the main temple structure. They say the foundation goes deeper than any bunker needs to go. The reinforced concrete walls weren't built to keep people in. They were built to keep something down. The documents released this week mention the nursery. What if the island wasn't a playground for the rich? What if it was a factory? A place where the elite go to be upgraded or replaced? Think about the politicians who visit the island and come back different. Their eyes look colder. Their policies become more inhumane. They stop aging or they age too fast. The list is simply the logbook of who went in human and who came out as something else. I want to play you a segment of audio from the leaked drive. This was recorded inside the facility tunnels. The DOJ claims this is HVAC noise, or air conditioning interference. That is not an air conditioner. That is biological. That is the sound of something breathing underground, something massive. And the people on that list, they are feeding it. Or maybe they are serving it. The Redaction Error of February 2026 wasn't a mistake. It was a warning shot. Someone on the inside is trying to tell us the truth before it's too late. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, but he didn't exactly get murdered either. His job was done. The inventory was complete. So the next time you see a leader on TV freezing up at a podium, or a celebrity whose face seems to shift for a split second, don't laugh. Don't make a meme about it. Be afraid, because the person you are looking at might still be on the list. I'm deleting these files tonight. I suggest you clear your history too. Until next time, try to stay in the light.
Prince of Darkness.